Good morning, guys and girls. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with Pock. It's Friday morning, and I'm afraid this video is going to be a bit random because I'm getting ready for the racing in France. It's Friday, as I said, it's Friday morning, and I've got quite a lot to do, and I'm kind of doing it as it comes up rather than having like some kind of master plan that we're following. So, muesli for breakfast this morning. Some muesli with dried fruits and nuts in, and I'll be taking this with me to France. Of course, we're in a hotel. As you know, Lisa's coming with me, so we're in a hotel there, and we've got the breakfast option every morning. It should be a nice, healthy, buffy breakfast. But you know, couple of the mornings my races are quite early, and I don't know if I'll be able to get breakfast on time because I need to eat, as we've talked about before, I need to eat a certain time before the race itself, and usually 2 hours before. So if my race is at 8:30, for instance, I think my earliest race is 8:45. I'll look in a moment. I need to be eating at 6:45, 6:30, 6:45 to make sure all my food is digested before I actually start racing. And the reason for that is making sure that your body is not using energy to digest your food while you're riding, so you've got all of your energy available. Take these glasses off. You've got all your energy available, and you're not actually digesting the food that you've eaten. The food is available to you to use for energy. The kind of twofold thing. Now, Pock really likes yogurt, so we're going to give him, I save him a bit of this natural yogurt in the pot. Only a little bit. We don't want to give him the heebie-jeebies. He's sitting down here, he's waiting to see what's coming his way. So we give him his yogurt. Yeah, Pock, his yogurt. He really likes that. Doesn't last long, Pocky, does it? There we go. That was nice, wasn't it? Eh? So as you can see, he's considerably bigger than he was last time you saw him. He seems to be growing every day. Let me put you back up here. So he's growing very fast, and he's becoming a really nice little dog. He's starting to interact a lot more with the other dogs now, and they're starting to trust him. The other dogs are very, very well behaved, and they've been being very careful around him. So to make sure that nothing happens, they've been sort of keeping out of the way. They don't want to be standing on him or get into a situation where they have to be aggressive with him. So they've been keeping out of the way a lot, but now they're starting to interact with him a lot more. And he's had two of 3 injections that he needs. Once he's had those 3 injections, he's able to go out of home here and interact with everybody in the big wide world. But until then, he's not fully protected, so he's fine here and he's out in the garden now. After his first injection, he was able to go out in the garden with the dogs here. It's just that at the moment, he can't go out and interact with everybody, just because he's not protected against the diseases that he could pick up. So I've got my muesli, which is the very good muesli with dried fruit and nuts in. I add normal semi-skim milk to that, and then Greek yogurt, or natural yogurt, and then honey for the sweetness, and then just knock that in. So I have 2 different types of breakfast. One is the muesli breakfast, which is this one. Excuse me while I have a mouthful of it. Nice. Just put the kettle on for a cup of tea. Bit chewy. So, Lisa and I are leaving on Monday and driving to France, and we'll arrive there on Tuesday afternoon. And we haven't got anything to do on Tuesday, just relax and get used to being there, settle in. On Wednesday we're going to the start, which I'm taking 3 bikes with us. I'm taking my mountain bike, I'm taking a gravel bike, and I'm taking my older mountain bike, which isn't old. I bought that in January this year, and that's all set up for Lisa now. I'll show you that. So she'll be able to ride along and come along to the start with me and everything. So on Wednesday we will let's put him down. On Wednesday we'll ride along and register Wednesday afternoon from 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Now, I'm recording this video on a new camera. So this is a GoPro Hero Session, which is the small one. I've taken some pictures of it for you, so that you can see what it's like. But I know a lot of you guys follow August Hunnicky, and August has always used these. They're the small ones, the small cubes that you see him attached to branches a lot of the time. When he's speed lining, he puts them on the branches and he sends the branch down with the session on it. So these are the small cameras, little cubes. They've been discontinued by GoPro. I can't imagine why, but they've been discontinued because GoPro are moving in another direction. So this is my GoPro that I've been using, and the cube, which you'll see in the pictures, is about half the size. It's just basically the lens, really. Now the reason I went and got that, two reasons. When they came out, when the session came out, it was $400. It was very, very expensive. Pretty much the same price as you can buy a full-on GoPro with. Now they've discontinued them, you can pick them up online, not in shops but online, for just over $100. because obviously they're the end. It's the end of them. So that's one reason the price has come right down. And the other reason is it's much smaller and much lighter, and so I can have you along with me on the races, etc. Whereas this, if I put this on my helmet, I really feel it. I can really feel the weight of it, and likewise on the bike, it's quite heavy. It's not too much of a disadvantage to have it on the handlebars, because actually my bike's very light and the front end is very light, so it actually, I know it's only a small amount of weight, but actually helps the front sit down a little bit on the climbs. When you're going up the climbs, it keeps the front end down. So having this type of GoPro on the front of the bike is not too much of a disadvantage. And I've got that nice arm. So I got this nice arm a little while ago. I think I did show it to you guys. And this goes on the handlebars. So it's got a really good silicone fitting here, which is it's rubberized, so it really grips the handlebars. And that goes on the handlebars pointing outwards. So if you guys are riding the bike, it would be pointing outwards, and you can orient it up or down a bit, because this also moves. You've got a round, if you can see that, but there's a round fitting into the aluminium there. So you can actually undo the nut on the bottom here and just adjust that to how you want it to be. You can also twist it off to the side. If any of you guys have watched some of the videos I've made with this on, I can twist the camera off to the side, so you guys aren't just looking straight ahead when I'm riding. You can look off to the side and see the views. But of course, having this is the holder. Ignore the little tripod that I've got my hand on, but this is the holder for the session. So it's a tiny little thing. You imagine that on the top here, clipped into the clip.